Well, hello, hello. It's another Wellness Wednesday, another episode of Maaike's Wellness, and we are live. And I know it's not my usual time. I usually like to be here at 1, and for circumstances, I was not able to hop on at 1 o'clock, but it's still in my heart. And I sat at my other desk to do some work, and I said, no, I first have to do this that is in my heart, and then I promised to myself that I was going to do it, and I was going to do it for you. And it's also giving me a little container and a habit that I have created for the past year and a half or two to be here and shine a little light on you and bring a little different perspective about things, and in hopes that this can, the message that you receive each time that I come on live, that gives you a little bit of a different insight to help you find a new way, a new perspective to live life a little bit better, because that's all it is. We create we collect different tools along life to help us make life a little bit better every day. But sometimes life becomes too overwhelming. So that is a topic for today. I wanted to talk about overwhelm. And why overwhelm? Because life right now, it's just Speedy Gonzalez, right? It's fast, 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 fast. And the faster we want to go, or the faster, it seems like every year everything goes faster and faster. I can't believe we're in the middle of September, almost like towards the end of September, and we are 3 months away from finishing this year. So it really brings a lot of awareness, because what have we done throughout all this year? I feel still like at the beginning of the year, and it's already September. So I don't know about you, how you feel about that. So let me know in the comments, how do you feel about us being already in September? It's already fall. It's next week, it's starting the fall, and with that it also starts thinking about, okay, now it's the end of the year, what have I done? So it can bring a lot of overwhelm. It's like we're probably not feeling satisfied with our results, maybe the relationship, the weight, the health, the business, all the things that we want to create. And sometimes we want so much that we do very little, and me included, right? We want so much, but then we get so overwhelmed. And I have been sitting sometimes at my desk, it's like, okay, I want to do this, and that. And then it's like all of a sudden we do nothing. We paralyze ourselves because we want to do too much, and we are not learning how to slow down to be able to tackle one little thing at a time. And that's the only thing, that's the only way that we can do life, tackling one small thing at a time. And guess what? Once you start kind of recognizing the things in you that are creating that overwhelm, then it's like you will start understanding, it's like, okay, this is not how I want to feel. This is not me anymore. You start making some changes to adjust your thinking, to adjust your attention, your focus, because we all have a certain amount of energy that we have every day as a container. So we have to decide where we're putting that, our focus, our energy. Is that action that we're going to do making us more productive? Is that going to pour into the energy of the things that we want to have more of in life? Or is it pouring into something that is actually draining our energy more, and it's that's not bringing the results that we want? So all we need to do is shift our attention towards the things that are going to grow the aspect or the area of our life that we want to see grow and see better. So I was talking with a friend today who is also a health coach, and we connected very beautifully, and she says, I love the wheel of life. And the wheel of life is all the 12 areas of our life. And sometimes in coaching, when we talk about the wheel of life and do like a little acknowledgement of all aspects of our life, and we really evaluate ourselves in some areas, it's not fun to see, because we acknowledge, we start seeing that we are not where we want to be in certain areas, and then that brings us down. But today the topic is how to get out of overwhelm, right? So we're seeing the things, but it's kind of starting to acknowledge. So I want to touch on 4 A's that we can use for words, and they start with an A, that can help us bring that down, that overwhelm down, so that we can start tackling the things that we want in life. So number 1 is acknowledging, right? So when you go to a coaching session and you talk about the wheel of life, and you really get an insight of all the aspects of your life, think about that as a big pie. So we cannot eat a full pie in one day, right? The pie, if we divide it into sections, 12 sections, it will taste much better if we really slice it and we start looking into and tasting each part separately. And all of a sudden, when we're separately acknowledging all the parts, it all starts kind of to become a big full pie again. But the thing is that we are feeling incomplete because we are like wanting to be having that full pie. That's not going to be very digestible. It's a lot, it's too big, and it can be heavy to our body, our system, our brain, and even our thought. So when we chunk it up in little pieces, then it tastes a little bit better and it's digested a little bit better. And that is how we start living life, like little chunks and pieces. And every action has a reaction, but every little action towards the area that you want to tackle, the area where you want to see results, improves. So when you start looking at one area, since everything is connected, like the full pie, right? The full pie is still there, but instead of seeing it complete, we have to tackle each area, each slice, and then all of a sudden we feel complete again, and then it doesn't feel overwhelmed. So acknowledging all the areas of your life that are feeling maybe at a 5 or a 4 or a 3 or a 2 or a 1 is like, okay, you feel really bad that it's so low. But when you see it, then you acknowledge it and you're able to accept it where it is. And then you start learning to appreciate that. Appreciation and a gratitude are a key factor to making changes, to making progress, and to feeling successful in any area of our life. So if we're working on health, if we're working on, in this case, for example, menopause or perimenopause can be very, very challenging because we have a ton of symptoms that show up like overnight. Overnight, then you start feeling all these symptoms that are brain fog and night sweats and hot flashes and breast tenderness and bloating and overweight and heaviness and lack of energy. Oh my gosh, it's so much. When we start acknowledging and not rejecting ourselves from like that, it's like you don't want just a pill. You want to kind of acknowledge those symptoms. You want to lead them to teach you something. So we acknowledge, we accept that we're going through something in life. Maybe right now it's talking about perimenopause and menopause, but any problem in your life that you're seeing that's overwhelming you, maybe your relationship with your children or your spouse or at work. So accepting that where you are at and how you're feeling is very, very important. So accepting and then appreciating it to show up for you. Because when there is a challenge, when there's a symptom, it's just a calling for your attention. And when you, instead of ignoring it, accept it and then you appreciate it, then you learn something from it. So the thing that shows up in our life is to really to learn something. So I loved my journey of perimenopause and menopause. Not in the meantime, but I learned so much about me, about relationships, about the body, about health and wellness, about how to connect with others, about the human body. So much I learned, and I really appreciate everyone that taught me, but also myself for kind of digging into and learning a different way. And it led me to become the version of me that I wanted to be, and also to find my purpose and my mission. So the chat and the conversation that I was having with the friend that I mentioned earlier, also a life coach and also a self-care person, she said through a self-care practice that she wanted to help with her skin, she found her tribe. She found a solution not only for herself, but for so many others. And it brought her a lot of more joy into her life. So one tiny action, one tiny decision in looking for a solution can guide you to a person, to a product, to a company, to something that can shine a light in you so that you can shine more of your inner light. You discover more of who you are. So again, acknowledgement, acceptance, appreciation, and guess which one is the 4A? The fourth A is allowing. I was listening to a book this morning and that I love. I'm loving. Actually, I finished it today. It's called the Money Bible, and at the end it says, whatever you are being handed in, like gifted, we need to allow to receive, because sometimes when we feel overwhelmed, we feel so enclosed, and we're so closed that we're not accepting help from others. So we need to accept it, appreciate, and open up, and open up for solutions. When there's symptoms, when there is problems, we are taught to go fix them, right? But we do not want to fix, and we do not want to be fixed. So what happens is what we need to learn to allow others to come to extend a hand and help us, right? Maybe that helping hand comes through a message, through a song. It comes from the universe, from God. It comes from someone that has a conversation. It comes from a loved one, a message or an insight. It comes from walking in nature. There are multiple ways in which we are receiving messages and receiving goodness, or someone paying for a coffee when you didn't have enough money to pay for it, right? Or maybe finding a penny in the floor. Is like, we cannot just waste those things. It's like we have to acknowledge and allow and say thank you for receiving those, because those are meant for you. Those are gifts from the world to give you and to show you that there is abundance. One of the things that I felt in menopause was that I felt lonely, and I felt at lack. Like I felt like empty container. My heart was empty. I felt like something was at lack. So the more I start doing self-care and personal development, I started kind of filling my cup. I felt better, and no more leaks, right? I started to fill it up, and I understood that I have to keep my energy at a certain level before I can ever pour to others. But appreciating those gifts from the universe, whether it's a penny, a coin, someone offering a gift. A lot of times what happens, so many people have difficulty receiving. They want to give, but they cannot receive. And for example, my sister is someone that sometimes has difficulty with that, right? It's like she loves to pour, to serve, to give, to abundantly. But when it comes to receiving, sometimes I don't know right now, but before she had a difficulty receiving. It's like she needed to be in control. So that is a personal development thing. It's like we need to grow into that container in order to allow. And I think this happens like around 50s when we start learning about ourselves more, and or 60s, whenever that time comes for each individual, we start to allow for others to help. So the more I learn about myself, the more I started to allow even my children to start helping, my mother to start helping. Instead of me trying to resolve everything and do everything for me, that is a middle-age crisis, right? We feel like we have to take care of not only our children, our spouses, our elderly parents, and everybody. We cannot be in control of everything. When we let go of the control, then of everything, we start managing ourselves in a better way, and that allows for the energy to be contained in one place. And guess what? From there, you up level your energies, like you're charging your energy battery, and then you start serving from a different place. When you start serving at that place, it's like you feel so fulfilled that you want to start doing more. And guess what? That leads you to discover your mission, your purpose in life. And when you are there, life becomes so much more meaningful. So my core message for you today, if you get anything from today, is whatever you're dealing with, take it as a gift, accept it as a gift. Those challenges, those symptoms, those breakups, everything is there for you, not to you, is not to damage you, is to show you, to teach you, to give you the joy of learning something from that is going to catapult you towards the place that you want to be. And you won't know, and we don't know, until you start discovering on your own, and then discovering through a conversation and someone that can help you. It's very difficult to tackle overwhelm and do the things sometimes alone. I have seen a lot of times, and for myself and other people that I talk with, is like just one conversation opens up the world for somebody, because a different insight, like I'm sharing with you right now, a different insight can lead to endless possibilities. And I want to end with, if it's okay with you, with sharing a little thing that I'm doing this weekend, in case you want to participate or you know someone that wants to participate. So as I'm saying, sometimes we feel overwhelmed, and people that feel overwhelmed, sometimes it's like the overweight. Hi Beth, I love this. Thank you, I needed to share this message. So we feel overwhelmed, but what happens when you connect with other women and you can start talking about your things that are overwhelming you? Then the anxiety and the stress lowers, and the possibility for you to make changes is so much greater. So we are doing, actually Beth, who is online right now, and me, we're doing a metabolism reset support group. So we are going to be doing an informational this Sunday in a Zoom, and we're going to be talking about how we can reset our metabolism. And this is not only for people who want to lose weight, which if you need to lose weight, I can guarantee that you would lose some inches. And I don't know about the pounds, but you will lose some inches. You will feel much better. You will define your arms a little bit better, right? Right, Beth? So you will define your arms a little bit better, and you feel so much more confident in your body. The holiday season is coming. How do you want to feel by November for Thanksgiving? How do you want to feel by then? If you want to feel more joyful in your body, more alive, more energetic, with better sleep, improving your digestion and all, let's start tackling all those symptoms and and bring them afloat, bring them to shine a light so that you can finally take care of the root cause of those things. And it's going to be so much more simple than you think. So we will be tackling mind, body, soul, spirit, everything at the same time, while making changes in the way you're eating, so that you can start learning to build a new relationship with your body, with your food, and you start feeling greater. So if you want to be part of this, we will be doing an informational session on Sunday, this Sunday the 24th at 7 o'clock Central Time. So if you would like to participate in this, comment in the link, comment in the comments below and let me know. I want to participate on the reset, so just write comment reset, and that way you can you will see a bunch of women who are dealing with similar things like you, and together we're gonna be getting better together, right? Is rebouncing or getting better together. How was it, Beth? We are bouncing back better together. So that's what it is. So let me know in the comments, and we will tackle this together so that we can feel better and greater for Thanksgiving and for Christmas, and to finish this year strong. Let's finish this year strong. I was a marathon runner for 11 years. For 11 years, and I always finished. I always got to the finish line, and the sensation of getting to the finish line and passing that line feels so good. So imagine this year is a 12 months year that is a marathon of 12 months, right? And we are getting close to the finish line. So let's close this year with pride, with joy, with feeling great, and then start 2024 with a different light, because you have a gift inside you that only you can give to the world, but you need to discover it through feeling better yourself. So I'm here for you. Beth and I will be here for you, and we will do amazing things together. All you need to do is say yes, and you have to let go of the rest, because the rest will be taken care of for its own when you join a little group with us. Talk to you soon. Thank you so much for watching today, and I cannot wait to hear from you so that we can bounce back together. Have a good one. Happy Wellness Wednesday. And again, the 4 things: acknowledge, accept, appreciate, learn, and allow. Thank you. Have a good day.